Hi and welcome. My name is Steve Holloway, founder of Online to Millions, where we help entrepreneurs just like you build, grow, and highly profit from an online business. Have you ever wondered how some business people and entire teams in a business, have you ever wondered how they all look so focused? They know what they're working on. They know who's responsible. The left hand knows what the right hand is doing. They've got great momentum in getting things done, and they produce the results that they set out to produce. Have you ever wondered how that happens? Well, after being a consultant and a trainer for over 25 years, I can tell you I've been into a lot of companies, and they don't operate that way. But there are some that do. And here is a solution if you're not running that way. Here's how you can be more effective. First of all, people like you and I, we get ideas. And when we get those ideas, we're kind of told to get into massive action, like, quick to market. And then what we do, we start right away to produce a result. And then as we start producing a result, we find that we've gone from idea to result too quickly. And we haven't got it all figured out, and we have to backtrack. And all of a sudden, we start backtracking, and, oh, we forgot about that. Then you figure that one out. Then all of a sudden, you backtrack again, and you try to figure that one out. Who's responsible? Who's supposed to do this? When was that supposed to be done? Then the same thing happens again, and you lose momentum. You don't get to the result very quickly. And there's a lot of confusion, miscommunication, and a whole pile of other things which I'm sure you're well aware of. Because I think we've all operated this way one time or another. But there is a better way. And the better way is this, is to put in between the idea and the results, is get into massive action on your process. Put the process into place that should have been there in the first place. Idea to process, finish your process, and then get into your massive action to produce the results. That's a system that works very effectively, but very few people put it into action because they get busy being busy. Don't let that happen to you. Let me show you the process. The first thing in the process that you want to do is, if you're by yourself, then you're the only creative one. If you're with a group, you've got a team of people, well, you've got more creativity happening. But you need to be creative and figure out, what is the vision? What are we trying to achieve? Now, this works for the smallest project to the largest project. It works for entrepreneurs, and it works for big corporate businesses. So figure out the vision. Get that vision crystal clear. Know exactly what that outcome that you're looking for. Know exactly what it is, what you're going to get from it, and anything else that you need to know. But the first thing you need to have is very, very good clarity, because with good clarity, you're able to communicate to yourself as well as others what needs to be done. And that is the first step of the process, to understand what are we doing? Why are we doing it? Now, once you've got that figured out, now you need to move on to the next section. And the next section is, we're at point A, that's where we are right now, and we want to get to point B, and that's the vision that we have. How do we get from point A to point B? Well, the steps are known as goals. Set the goals that are going to take you to your vision. Now, if you're a small operator, small business, small team, then only work on 5 goals. If you're a large corporate, maximum 20 goals. Because when you have too many goals on your plate, it's hard to stay focused. It's hard to get things done on time. It puts too much pressure on people. You lose communication and a whole pile of other things. Most importantly, you lose momentum in getting the result that you wanted in the first place. So you've got to narrow it down so that you can stay focused and keep the momentum going. And 5 goals works best for small operators, and 20 goals work best for larger concerns. So now we've got goals. Now here's a very important factor that you need to take into consideration. Once you've got those goals, now if you've got these written down on a piece of paper or a presentation, whatever you have them written down, take a look at them. Look at these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This might be sales, marketing, sales funnels. It might be a number of things that are going to accomplish this vision. Because these goals create the vision when you accomplish those goals. So when you look at them, make sure that, yes, these steps that we've got here, this macro view we're looking at, these big rocks that we're looking at, are going to take us to that vision. If you look at, say, number 1, and you figure that, I don't know, that's doubtful, then get rid of 1 and put another 1 in there. And do that with all 5. And then after you're finished, you make sure these 5 steps, these 5 goals, will take us to the result we're looking for. We're going to go from where we are right now through the 5 steps, and we're going to end up with our outcome, our original clear vision. Once you've established these goals, now what you want to do is write down the action steps that are going to accomplish each goal. So let's look at number 1. As a group or by yourself, you start listing what is necessary. So you start out, maybe there are 3 steps in that goal that you're going to take. Maybe in number 2, there might be 10 steps. And then in number 3, whatever it's going to take. You list the actions on all of those goals. You have all those actions listed. So what you have now is you have the 3rd step. You have an action plan. You've got actions listed, you've got a clear vision, you've got goals, and you've got an action plan. And that will add much more momentum to your organization. I've proven time and time again that by putting this into place, and this is the first thing I put into place in organizations to move them into a higher profit position. This needs to be in place so you know where you're going and you start gaining. It's amazing what will happen. You'll gain momentum. You'll start doing things a lot quicker. You'll start focusing more on what needs to be done. You'll be able to manage much more effectively. And don't beat yourself up if you don't get things done on time. And by the way, when you've got the action plan there, you want to put accountability and responsibility and a timing on those actions. Who's going to take the responsibility? When is it going to be done by? And who is the ultimate sponsor or team leader or the person who's going to be in charge to make sure that if it's not done, they're the ones that we go to make sure that it does get done. So again, don't beat yourself up because none of us are perfect. We're going to make mistakes. We're not going to get things done on time. We're going to get other things done faster. We're going to get a whole pile of things done. So don't beat yourself up when you don't. Be gentle on yourself. Be gentle on others. None of us are perfect. So, vision, goals, action plan. And this is what you're going to end up with. When you put that process into place, the next time you're going to get an idea, you're going to plan. And remember, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You need to turn that around to the old adage as well, is plan your work, work your plan. And when you do that, things are a lot clearer and you start producing results a lot quicker. You've got momentum and you start getting the results and you become one of those people that look like you've got focus, because you do have focus. You've got vision. You look like you know what you're doing. You do know what you're doing because you've got goals that you're going to achieve, and you've got actions which makes you look like every step you take is all organized, because it is. And you'll be amazed how many more goals you'll be able to achieve by putting this into place. And by the way, I've written down here measure. When I talked about we're not perfect, but we do need to measure things. And if you're a person that's new at putting this process into place, then measure for the first, say, 30 days weekly. Then stretch it out to monthly. Don't macro manage the project. If you're an organization or a person who has done this before, then once a month is good. Maybe for the first 2 weeks you might want to monitor what you're doing just to make sure you've got everything on track. But the key is to measure, because the most important part of this whole thing, I've seen so many organizations do this, but it gets put in a binder and it gets put on the shelf, never to be seen again. Implementation, that's the massive action that you need to take. And that implementation system is measuring it once a month, and get together by yourself, with the team that you're working with your whole organization, with your dream team. If you're an entrepreneur and you have outside people, get together and measure, make sure that things get done. And you will definitely profit from being more effective with vision, with goals, and actions that you can take and be more organized. If you like videos like this about business and how we can build, grow, and achieve more, then visit my website, stevehollowaylive.com, because there's plenty of free videos on my blog. And you're more than welcome. Love to have you. Love to see you there. And by the way, while you're there, check out my new course, Online to Millions, where we help individuals build an online business, build, grow, and achieve a large profit for themselves, and hopefully become financially independent. Until next video, make sure you, what's that word? Plan, promote, and profit highly.